What's going on, guys? Welcome to Rants Red Talk, where we discuss all the topics you lot send through me on Twitter. And yo, Ollie's at the fucking wheel, bruv. It's been announced, 3-year deal. And what can I say? I'm buzzing. Anyone that's followed me for any period of time knows that after we got rid of the bus driver snoring, yeah, I wanted Poch. I did, innit? But bruv, shit happens. You know what happens in life, yeah? You know when you're chatting to this gal and you think, yeah, she's wavy. And then you just meet a new thing and she cooks you some good food and you're like, you know what, I like her food, blood. Trust me, if you put good food in a man's belly, bruv, your head can get turned in it. And Ollie turned my head, bruv. Like, I'm not gonna lie, it was this caretaker management thing, but as soon as we slapped Cardiff, I had an epiphany, bro. And then I didn't want no one other than Ollie after that, man. Like, he wasn't in the running. He wasn't in the running before, so no one can say, yo, I always wanted Ollie. Like, I think Poch was the general consensus amongst most of the fans. But bro, once Ollie was at the fucking wheel, blood, it was Ollie and only Ollie, man. And I'm buzzing, guys. Let me know how you feel about this appointment in the comments below. We're going to get into your topics, and I'm sure there's going to be a few Ollie social ones. First up, we have at SKK2K19. Would you be worried about summer transfer window if a DOF is not appointed by then? Do you think Ollie and Ed are capable of securing transfers like Sancho? What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments. From where I'm sitting, LVG's come out and he said that there's no problem with the recruitment at the club in terms of ability to secure man. I'd echo them sentiments enough for the fact that we wanted Anthony Martial. That deal was just done out of nowhere because that's what LVG wanted. LVG wanted Memphis Depay. We signed him early before everyone else. I think that LVG's methods of acquiring players meant that we got the players we wanted quickly, bruv. The reason why we didn't get man under Moyes because Moyes dithered. The reason why we didn't get man under Mourinho is because he dithered. And not only did Mourinho dithered, but he always had a first choice, a second choice, a third choice, and a fourth choice. No, blood. We are Manchester United. If you want a man, then this is the man we get. There's no list of second and third choices. We don't do that. Man are not shopping in Poundland out here. We're balling. You know what I'm saying? We're a Harrods football club. We go in there, we've got the funds. Whatever we want, we buy, innit? So, I don't necessarily think that there's a massive problem. I think there is a problem, but LVG said there is someone between Woodward and the manager, but he's not a football man. That's what he said. We're going to get a football man in there. I feel like we have to, innit? But if we didn't get a DOF, I still am confident of Ed wrapping up this deal, blood. Sancho, send Rashford and Lingard to go bag that deal, because that's how easy it is. That's how easy it is. And with Koulibaly, man is at a club that can't chat to our club. It's not like we're trying to convince Koulibaly to leave Real Madrid. It's not that deep. So whether we get a DOF or not, and my strong suspicion is that we will, I think we wrap these man up. Next one is from Dennis Edwards. People laughed, but I said from day Sir Alec left, there should be an appointment of a United alumni immediately. Ollie was under the radar at the time, but which of the alumni would you have opted for when Fergie left? Honestly, I think the only realistic contender was Giggs. And for me, I know a lot of people can't separate the man from the legend, but I can, innit? And if he was my gaffer, and I wasn't really feeling him, like, there's a lot of questionable shit that Giggsy's done. You know, like that, man to man. And I feel like in football these days, man management is the biggest thing, bruv. Like, we already tried the proven winner thing with Maureen and fucking LVG, blood, the philosopher. You know what I mean? We tried the Premier League, knows the Premier League inside out, can stick at it for long periods of time. David Moyes, it didn't work. The one thing we didn't try was the alumni, yeah, and the man management. And I think Ollie's man management is the reason why he's up there now. You look at the top coaches in the game now, because they're coaches. They're not managers anymore, because these men have directors of footballs and they're head coaches now. They're not really managers. They don't run a club from top to bottom. These coaches, people skills, and the way they manage players, this is why man are playing for Klopp. This is why man are playing for Pep. You got to be able to put your arm around man, blood. LVG wasn't able to do that. Snoring wasn't able to do that. And David Moyes was just inept. So I think with Giggs' character, bruv, like, would he been able to manage the dressing room the same way? He's not like Ollie. Like, people say that Ollie's like a soft guy, and he is, but he's got a steel about him, innit? And Ollie's modelled his management on Alex Ferguson, and I think that he doesn't have an ego, whereas Giggs does have an ego. Do you see what I'm saying? Only your ego could make you mash up your brother's wife like that. You know them and not feel no way. Man must have been walking around like, say, yo, I'm Ryan Giggs, like, I fuck who I want kind of thing. You know, like that. So I just think that even though Giggs was the only name, Butty was in the reserves. I don't even remember if he was in the reserves at the time, because Ollie was actually reserve manager before Butty, and then when Ollie went to Molde, then Butty got it. So I don't really know. And then we had Rene down there as well. So for me, I don't even think Nicky Butt was reserve manager at the time. That's what I'm trying to say. I don't think there was anyone realistic. Gary Neville had already flopped, yeah, in the Costa del Sol, blood. Like, it didn't really leave too many, man. Scholes no badge, Rio no badge, Ever doing up social media. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, Ever was still playing at the time. Like, there wasn't really no other contenders, bro. So, as I said, we've tried everything. And for me, we've stumbled on the right man at the right time. Like, he's Manchester United through and through. He knows what it means. LVG in terms of philosophies, yeah, a lot of people weren't fucking with it, but I like LVG's philosophy, bro. I do. I like his philosophy of monopolizing possession, keeping the ball, attacking shape, defensive shape, promoting youth. I like all of this. But the thing is with LVG, yeah, it was just the right man at the wrong time, bro. Like, football's evolved, society's evolved, innit? There's certain things you can do and say 10, 15 years ago you can't do now, innit? And I just think that his philosophy and his man management did not translate over to English football and to the world we live in now, innit? It's that simple. Like, people are a lot more sensitive. Like, I was watching a football video the other day. I think it was like a match of the day kind of thing. And the white presenter just said, nigger, calmly. And there's a black guy sitting next to him, he didn't even flinch. Because in them times, man could just refer to black people as that and there'll be no consequences and no repercussions. Now, I'm slapping you through the camera lens, bruv. Like, that's what's happening. Do you know what I mean? We're fighting on screen. This is what's happening. And then the guy's probably going to lose his job. And it's the same with sexuality, like, yeah, sexuality, race, politics, whatever. Like, people are more sensitive and people are more aware of how you treat people. So when you're a manager that don't want to put arms around players and think that you can rule with an iron fist, blood, like, it's not the 90s no more. Like, if your players don't like you, you're getting sacked, bro. Do you know what I mean? It's that simple. So I think that the core of LVG's values were still very good. I just believe that they didn't translate over to the time. He was outdated and it didn't translate to English football. Ollie's molded his management style on the greatest manager of all time, blood. And that is why I feel like with the right tools, he can't fail, bruv. He can't fail. He's Manchester United through and through. He speaks like us. He manages and he plays the football we want him to play. And given the right players, I can only see Ollie going from strength to strength. So, in a nutshell, no one else for me, guys, out of the United alumni would have thought would have been capable. Let me know in the comment section if you disagree. And if so, who would it have been? Lee Grays. I'm glad Ollie's got the job, but are you concerned the players could switch off for the remainder of the season? Announcing it now. I'm hoping it galvanizes us to finish on a high, but it could go either way. Fair enough. I could see why you might say that, but I think that this was the perfect time. I think, yes, it does galvanize the players coming off 2 L's. One of the performances against Arsenal wasn't bad, so like as I said, I'm not taking that L to heart. But we've got contracts. Like, when you look, fucking Snoreen left, Martial penned immediately. I think when you're trying to convince top players to come to the club, and also when you're trying to convince top players to stay at the club, they need to know who they're playing for. It's vital. Pogba knows he's the guy in this Ollie regime, blood. He's the penalty taker. He will be the next captain. The team is built around him when it can be, when we don't have injuries. Obviously, Ollie will look to reinforce that midfield so Pogba doesn't have to do the dirty work. But Pogba knows he's the guy there. If Pogba goes to Real Madrid, he doesn't know that he's the guy there. Do you know what I mean? He could well be now. CR7's left. However, Pogba is definitely the guy if he stays at Manchester United and Ollie stays. So I think that Madrid noise will go away now. I think it will. I believe if we want to keep Ander Herrera, we will keep him now because he knows that Ollie's at the wheel. I think if you want to get players in, you can't say to them, yeah, we want you to come and play for Manchester United, but yeah, we don't know who the manager is. Because don't get it twisted, these negotiations, they go on for months, innit? If we want a man in the summer, we've already spoken to him. Jadon Sancho, all these men we've already spoken to. Man can't say to Jadon, yeah, we want you to come and play for Man United. Don't know who the manager's going to be, don't know if he's going to fancy you, don't know where he's going to play you, don't know none of these things, but come play for us. Not how football works. So Oli would have known for some time that he was going to be the manager, providing he did X, Y, Z. He's clearly fulfilled that, and he's definitely been speaking to Woodward about targets. Because if you look at the targets we're being linked with now compared to the man that we are being linked with under Snoreen, like the Arnautovic's and what's the other fucking Vitch blood at fucking Mandzukic and them shit ballers there, blood. Like clearly, Ollie's had an input in the man that we're being linked with, because now we're getting linked with the Wan-Bissakas, the Sanchos, do you know what I mean? The Koulibaly's, like these young fucking decent players, bruv. Like obviously Koulibaly's not young, but when I say young, I mean he's not 35, blood. We've been linked with Willian, blood. So really, like Ollie's had an input. Ollie's the gaffer, and I just think it was the right time to announce it for several reasons. Let me know. Do you think that it could kill our momentum now? Do you think players could become complacent? Let me know in the comments, guys. Keep it interactive. Last vid had over 200 comments. I'm fucking loving it, man. You lot got a lot of good things to say. It's your show, so keep it coming. All right, next one. It just says Ollie's at the wheel. I'll take that, bruv. How long would you give Ollie to win a major trophy? Champions League, Premier League. And who do you think we need to sign in the long term to win those trophies? Okay, I'm not going to say who we need to sign because I've mentioned that before. And there's loads of variables. But what I would say is we need a centre-half. We need a right back. We need a midfielder. And we also need a right-sided player. I'd argue we need a fucking striker too, because I'd get rid of Lukaku, and I don't think that Rashford's good enough to lead the line if we're going to be challenging for the Premier League and the Champions League. I don't. However, saying that, I think Martial could lead the line better than all of them. And we've got Mason to come through. So, to answer your question, bro, I'd give Ollie 3 years. I'd give him 3 seasons. The reason why is I believe that Liverpool are 3 seasons ahead of us in terms of recruitment. Not just money spent, but positions filled. Like, if you look at the squad that Klopp inherited, he's pretty much replaced everyone now. Do you know what I mean? So now this is when you start judging Liverpool. I believe until Ollie has at least 2 windows of signing 4 to 5 players in each window, then I'm going to give man time, because we're behind them. We are. I still think we'll win trophies, but it might not be a major trophy. It might just be a FA Cup or a League Cup. Do you know what I mean? But I'll take that right now. I would take that right now, because I believe that the project and what Ollie's looking to build, he's saying the right things. He knows that we need to be challenging with the elite. And because he knows that, I think that that's the purpose he'll show when he's signing players. I really do. There was a lot of people thinking, oh, maybe they gave Ollie the job because he's a soft touch and this, that and the other. No. They gave Ollie the job because we always back our managers. We always spend peas. But Ollie knows the Manchester United way. Ollie's not a soft touch, because Ollie won't settle for anything less than the best, because that's what he expects of us, blood. He expects of Manchester United. LVG didn't care about Manchester United at the club. He just cared about his job and his legacy, which is fair enough, because he ain't got Manchester United flowing through his brains, through his veins. Neither did fucking Snoreen. Only cared about his own credibility. But Ollie cares about the club. He cares, innit? He cares about how we play. He cares about the future of the club, whether he's here or not. And also, he cares that we're not winning shit. Like, he cares, innit? Like, it hurts him like it hurts us. So with all of those things in mind, I just think give man 2 windows, 2 to 3, by the 3rd summer window, I'm expecting us to have a serious fucking squad that can compete with anyone, if man are really serious. So I expect us to win a trophy within the next 3 seasons for sure, but I'd give him at least 2 summer windows before I start saying we have to win the league or we have to win the Champions League. I'll give him at least 2 summer windows, guys. Let me know what you think, and I hope you're on similar thinking to me, because if you honestly think that with the man that need to go, man, I got bare dead wood. We got enough wood to build a shed out back, blood. Do you know what I mean? So it's one of them ones where you can't expect him to get rid of these man, bring in man, for them to gel and do all of that in 1 to 2 seasons, blood. Because Pep didn't win shit in his first season, nothing. And he inherited a bad boy squad, didn't he? He inherited the likes of Aguero, David Silva, Company, blood. Like, he inherited these man, the Fernandinhos, all of these man, bruv. He inherited them, Raheem Sterling, and so on and so forth, blood. He inherited these ballers, and he didn't win nothing in his first season. So, expecting Oli to come in with the tools that he's been handed to work with and perform miracles and be talking about challenging for the Champions League or winning the Champions League when City ain't even won one yet. Do you know what I mean? I think that you're asking way too much, guys. Keep it realistic. All right. And there's a couple here. I'm just going to put them together because they overlap. Is this an early move to help with keeping the likes of Pogba and Herrera at the club? That's at Epic Bush 84. And the last one from at King Martial says, happy with the appointment, but do you think it's the right time? Would it have been better to hire at the end of the season? Should he get top 4? Okay. My thing is, whether he gets top 4 or not, he's shown that he can do the job, blood. You look at his record, he's lost 2 games since December. 2 games, fam. I'm not counting the first leg of PSG because we won the war, innit? Fuck the battle. Man's lost 2 games. One of them was a cup game as well. Well, 2 of them were cup games. So we've only lost 1 game in the league since December. If that's not title winning form, I don't know what is. What more could have man done, really? Man beat PSG and overturned the 2-0 home deficit. Never been done in the history of the tournament. What more could he have done to get the job? Even if we finish 5th by 1 point, what, you don't give it to him because of the 1 point? We had no right to even be in the race for top 4 when he came in. No right. So he's already done enough. So I don't agree with the end of the season thing. And also, as I stated before, players want to know what's going on. Players don't want to sign new long-term deals at the club when they don't know who the manager is. And also, players don't want to come into a club if they don't know who the manager is. Like, for instance, Tony Cruz was talking to David Moyes and he wanted to come to Manchester United and LVG came in and LVG was like, nah, had him at Bayern, don't like him. That was it. And he wanted Strootman. This is what happens, bro. And because this is what happens, you need to get this shit done early so these can start looking at targets and planning for next season, blood. Because these things are not done overnight. So let me know in the comments what you think about that. I think that that was a good question. But if you actually think like deeply into why it was a good time, it would all make sense for you guys. It really would. And yes, it would be keeping players at the club because they want to know what they want to do. So I hope you saw how that overlapped. I think the general consensus around it is because we wanted Oli and he's done so well, certain man are kind of feeling like it's a bit anticlimactic now, it coming now. They're like, you might as well wait till the end of the season. It's only a few more weeks. But I think it will give the players a boost and it's a statement of fucking intent, bruv. Oli's at the wheel. No one's safe, blood. We're coming to buy, man, blood. We're coming to spend peace, blood. This isn't like Jose where when he came in, everyone knows he don't stay nowhere for more than 3 years. He's a botch job merchant. He patches things up, glosses things over. He leaves and then it falls apart, blood. That's what he does, isn't it? That's what he does at every club. So we knew this wasn't a long-term appointment. LVG, we knew it wasn't a long-term appointment anyway. Like the Oli one, I think is brilliant because the fans won't turn on Oli because Oli's a legend no matter what happens, and they've only given him a 3-year deal. So if after a year and a half he's not making the progress that we think he should be making, he ain't got that long left, blood. Like, he'll still leave a legend, bruv. Do you know what I mean? And it will just happen. They'll say, yeah, mutual consent, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's left. You're still a legend. Thank you. I love you, blood. It's not no 8-year deal like what they gave Moyes. Do you know what I mean? So they've already shown that they've learned from their previous mistakes. I don't believe any manager should get more than a 3-year deal for the fact that players only get 3 to 4-year contracts most of the time. So why should managers be getting longer contracts than the players, blood? They don't make no sense. Like, this, it's a revolving door policy in football now. The days of Alec Ferguson 20 years at a club are long fucking gone, bruv, at the top level. Football evolves, and with that, managers need to evolve and they need to re-evolve. The reason why Fergie stayed relevant for so long is because he was a smart man, kept changing his backroom staff, and he kept growing with the game. But even me, I feel like the game's at a place now that even he wouldn't be able to do nothing about it, bruv. As I said, man management's different. Things are different. Agents, social media and that. He's an old man, innit? Ferguson don't want to be dealing with Jesse Lingard and their man on Instagram. He's an old fucking man, bro. Do you know what I mean? So things move on. And because they do, like, everyone's had their time. But the times of 20-year managers are done out here. Let me know what you think in the comments, guys. Okay, and that was your Rants Red Talk. Big up. Also, head over to the United Stand, bruv, to check out the trials. We done the United Stand FC trials, and we're doing the kit launch in a couple weeks, bruv. Man's going to the photo shoot for that, bruv. Sun's out, guns out, and all that. Make sure you smash the like button, share the vid. Hit me up on the socials, bruv. It's at Rants and Mants on Twitter and Instagram. Mad love for the support, the interaction, guys. And as usual, in the description, man's got your 20% off Rants20 discount code for your clothes. Everyone's been tagging me in their Instagram stories and that with their new kit. You lot are looking fresh. Respect, bruv. Anything I can do to help you lot, the way you man are supporting me, you already know what it is. So, up the fucking Reds.